doing this live video, but we have two people watching, which is fine. I'm just testing to see why I'm having trouble with doing the horizontal lives, and it looks like it's working now. I'm not sure what I did differently or what's going on, but it seems like it's working. So who is it that's watching? Identify yourself. Say something. You want me to keep going or should I stop? Hey, we'll just kind of walk around here. This is West Vaco. I'm going to turn this around so you can see the whole layout. There you go. This is West Vaco. Not scenic at all. Will be sometime shortly. So I did a live video just to kind of test doing horizontal, and lo and behold, it actually is working now. I'm not sure why it didn't work before, but let's go ahead and get some things working here and going. Here's what Devil Slide looks like. I'm gonna paint this today. Gonna paint it live for members, so it'll be a members only video. I did a members only yesterday for putting this plaster on. Now let's get some trains going. This is my work table. Usually it's pretty messy. Let's see here. Here's my foam. This is how I run trains. All right, let's get one selected here. Recent locomotives. This is 79. So we'll bring that one up. All right, 79. Coming up the Wasatch grade. This is a impromptu live. I was just testing to see if I could get it to work for horizontal, and it is working for horizontal. So I thought some people hopped on to watch, so I decided to just go ahead and keep videoing, trying to get some trains running. Here, let's see, what else have I got on the layout? Here's a stacked train with a DPU. Going up the grade. All right, I think, oh, here's another one. This is a local coming out of Evanston. This is the new Athern, not Genesis, just a straight Athern. See if we can get this one working. It's got a ESU decoder in it and the ESU sound. I'll get that one going. All right, we got two more. This is my whole layout here. And I only have two more trains that I can get moving. This is what I do every day, is hang out in my train room. Run some trains, do some scenery, do some switching. All right, I have a couple in there. You can see in the, I think that one is 98. You can see some trains in there. Let me try that one. It may or may not be. Let's watch this one coming this way. Now my screen looks a little dark for some reason. Hopefully that's not the case for those watching. And that was the correct one, so I got that one going down the helix. We should have one that's starting to go up. I think I have a coal train running here somewhere. Maybe. Yeah, there's an empty coal train. Not sure where it is. Oh, it's right there. Maybe these are the only three I have going. Nope, I do have a train going. See, the coal train is not fully in there, so I do have a coal train going. I think that's 52. Let's check it out. So there should be a coal train. Let me look in this mirror. Could go under the layout and see. All right, there's the coal train. See, oops, get the right one. See if I can get that coal train moving. There it goes. All right, so we have 4 trains running, 79, 8, 98, and 52. I always use the last 2 digits of their engine numbers. All right, now we can go around and watch the trains. I'll try and pick up some. I think we're going to have a train meet here near the Aspen tunnels. Here's the stack train coming on. This is on the upper level. This is where the upper level starts, going eastbound from Evanston. Thanks, Anthony. Steven, you asked about, or said, glad I got the horizontal fixed. I didn't do anything to fix it. I just tried it again today just to test it out. I think it must have been something with YouTube and not anything going on with me, because I did everything pretty much the same. This is pretty cool view. This upper level is mainly 10 inches wide, as you can see here. And I made it that way so that it would not completely overshadow the lower level. So this is a good view of how the lower level trains are not covered up by the upper level. And this is kind of up, a lot of the upper level is at eye level. So it actually looks pretty good, even though it's not really much scenery. It's just some ground foam, ballast, and then a backdrop that I printed out using photographs that I took out in Wyoming and Utah of the Evanston sub. So even though it's 10 inches, the train still look pretty cool going on there, and do not have, now the lower level still is uncovered and doesn't look like it has a ceiling on it, at least not as much. Here we have a manifest train coming through Morgan there in the corner and heading towards the Weber River Canyon. My longest trains are about a half-mile long. So the coal trains that I have are about 45 cars long. And actually a little bit more than a half-mile. I think that it comes out to, with 4 locomotives and 45 coal cars, I think it comes out to like 2,900 square feet, 2,900 scale feet long. So this is the Weber River Canyon. This is, if I must say so, this is turning out really nice. Here. This is the Taggart tunnels and the Taggart bridges. There's the Taggart restaurant. If you've ever eaten there, if you've been to Evanston sub. Now that white stuff there, that's the where Devil's Slide is going to be. I'm working on that now. This is I-84 interstate, and knocked some cars out of line there while I was working on the Devil's Slide area. Have to get that fixed. And then this is the unfinished portion of the railroad as far as scenery goes. This is a Devil's Slide control point on the lower level. This is going to be Granger here at the upper level. I did get some crossing guards. That's going to go for this road right here. These are by Details Plus. And I'm going to set those up here with logic rail controls. I'm going to do a review on that. So be looking for that in the next week or two. So as soon as I finish with that Devil's Slide, this is going to be my next progress. Oh, a welded rail train? I'm not sure about that. Those are pretty cool. If I ever do a specialty train like that, I'm going to do a tank train that runs from Morgan up to West Vaco. And it's pretty cool because it has 4 box cars and then 8 tank cars and then 4 more box cars and some highly volatile chemicals in the tank cars, and they have 4 buffer cars on both sides. Thanks, Stephen. If you are doing N scale, make sure you check out my Geneva sub. I did that for many years. I got lots of videos on my Geneva sub. This is very different. HO scale. Not only HO scale, here comes this coal train, but also it is mountains instead of Midwest. But the Geneva sub was really cool too. I love that layout. But this has been a lot of fun building something completely different. Here's a spot, by the way. This is a West Vaco mine and processing plant. This is a spot where the upper level does get wider than 10 inches. I think this is like maybe 2 feet altogether. Still does not completely cover up the lower level, but it is covered up. So there are spots where that does happen. But then again here, it goes back to 10 inches, and then it is wider again. It gets wider. Thank you for watching so much, Stephen. Gets wider for a Granger there also. But for the most part, it's just the 10 inches. All right, let's catch this manifest train coming up. There's a couple trains passing each other. This is a cool spot too. I really like this spot here with the 2 different elevations. This is one thing that really intrigued me about the Evanston sub when I was looking for a prototype to model. My favorite locomotive is definitely the big boy, but I like them all. I like them too much, actually. I end up buying way more than I really need. But anyway, the Evanston sub was pretty cool. The original main line, which was laid out in 1869 when they did the Transcontinental Railroad, that's the upper level here. And then in 1916, they did a second line and took a different route. So this is pretty cool all through here, where the two main lines, instead of being right next to each other like you have for most of the railroad, like here, they actually took two separate tracks up the grade to Wasatch. So I've been trying to follow the prototype as much as possible. Here's where they cross over each other. The old main line, the first original main line, crosses over the modern main line, although modern as in 1916. This is a pretty cool area too. Oh, they do the Sierra Mountains too. That's cool. I'm going to do a update. I was on vacation last week, so no update this last Sunday. And then I'll do another update. We actually see some progress on Devil's Slide. That should look pretty cool. This is the UTLX repair facility outside of Evanston. Here's 3 scale trains locomotives. I think they're all Gevos. Nope, the first one's the AC 4400, and then a couple of Tier 4. And I take that back again. This is a AC 4400. The Canadian National is just a straight Gevo, and then the CSX is a Tier 4 Gevo. See if we have a signal. Yep. This is now coming into Evanston. This is part of the Evanston yard. Now on the prototype, Green River is the active yard, not Evanston. But on my layout, Evanston is the active yard. Just because it worked out in the overall scheme of things. So we do have a 7-track yard here. Here's one. This is the West End switchers. These are all photographs on the backdrop of the actual Evanston yard. That's the roundhouse that's there. I took a new photo for that, by the way, with my drone that I'm going to put in place of that. If you notice here, you can't see the roof. The perspective is all wrong. So I took one with a drone where you can see the roof, and it looks much better. I do have the big boy. It's a BLI stealth big boy that I put an ESU decoder in, so it does have sound. It is definitely one of my favorites. Here's some more backdrop photographs taken from the Evanston yard area. So this is the other end of the yard. This is kind of cool here. This is the actual UP office in Evanston, and I tried to get it to scale perfectly so that it matched the truck on the layout. And there's the station in Evanston, and this is the 7-track yard. So we do have trains that originate and terminate in Evanston, and then have also some trains that just stop and have a crew change. Yeah, this is not right. Watch this. That's the way it's supposed to be. So the new staging yard, what's going to happen with that? See if I can show you as clearly as possible. Here we have another train, the coal train going in the opposite direction. Oops, I stopped that one by mistake. When I set my phone down, I stopped a train. All right, so I'm going to set my phone down. So we have right out on the other side of this backdrop here is the helix. You can see it in the mirror here. So from the bottom level of that helix, there's going to be two tracks. I'm going to put it in two turnouts, and it's going to be underneath this yard here. So at about this level here, so here's this yard, and then at about this level here, then you're going to have underneath the layout, there's going to be a staging yard that's going to go all the way, again, underneath this about maybe 8 inches or so, I think it is. And it's going to come all the way, still under the layout, all the way over to here, and then where we have this, the base of the peninsula that comes out. So I have a peninsula that comes out here. In the base there's going to be a return. It's going to loop, and then it's going to loop back. So I should be able to get, I'm thinking, eight more tracks, 4 going all the way around and then coming back. So I should be able to handle 4 more cars, or 4 more trains. So hopefully that makes sense. Here we'll get this coal train coming down I don't run any Amtrak. There aren't any Amtrak trains that run on the Evanston sub, at least not on a scheduled basis. So the only passenger trains I have is when I run excursion trains. So those 8 more tracks for so UP police in the grass. That sounds interesting. So those of you who are watching this later, I'm actually responding to some comments as I'm videotaping this. Here we are coming down the Wasatch grade on the original main line. I am going to add a lot of additional figures and stuff. This could be the UP police, possibly. So I'm kind of almost to the point where I have the whole layout with what I call basic scenery. So this is what I would consider basic scenery because they told you to be in the grass. On the website, it says to be 25 feet away from the tracks, I think. When I saw the big boy go by in Nelson, Illinois, there were a lot of people closer to, myself included, who were closer than 25 feet. Kind of scared the bejeebies out of me. I was, watching it come close, and when it got right up on me, I was surprised by how huge it is and how fast it was going. It kind of scared me. That was cool. I have a healthy respect for trains, but I probably could still be more careful. So anyway, I'm doing like basic scenery now. So when I come back, I'll put in more details. Like there would be like a wood crossing across here. This is the maintenance track, or maintenance road. So I'm going to put all the crossings in here. There won't be any like signals or signs or anything, but like a wood grade crossing across there. I got things to do with drainage ditches, maybe some more trees and stuff. So there's a lot of things I'm going to come back and do a lot of details on, and then add more stuff like this, and more cars and vehicles and people standing around. So this here is what I still need to do as far as scenery goes. So I'm going to be doing basic scenery on all this. Not any. I really don't have any plans for any more industries, although I'm always open to the idea. Yeah, my school was very close to the river subdivision in Independence, Missouri. I think it was a former Missouri Pacific line. So this is the last I have to do as far as the basic scenery. When I get that done, then I'm going to start weathering. Well, I'm going to build that additional staging track underneath Evanston Yard. But then I'm going to do a bunch of weathering. I got to weather all of my equipment. Now then I'll do some more detailing. I'm hopefully going to finish Devil's Slide by... won't have it done this weekend because I'm waiting for some trees. But I will have it probably completely done by next weekend, so the first weekend in October. We'll watch the coal train go through. This is going to be really cool, this area here. I really love this area here. We have the river, got all these different levels. The river, the road crossing the river, the train crossing the river and the road. And they even have a siding here, which is going to be a trestle bridge crossing the road and the river. And that is, again, after the actual prototype. That's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a couple of through truss bridges. And here we'll catch it going through the Weber River Canyon. Yeah, there are a lot of bridges. This is going to look pretty cool with Devil's Slide there. I really like the way this all turned out. Everything with the backdrop. Another thing I'm going to do when I come back and do the detailed part of the scenery is like the river needs to be painted just right and then have some kind of a shiny texture to it. Maybe more weathering of bridges. These bridges aren't really weathered yet. So, lots to do. That's what's nice about this hobby. You never really quite run out of things. Never quite run out of things to do. Hey, thanks for joining me this morning. I was not really planning on doing this video, but I was happy that so many people jumped on and watched. Hope you had a good time. Everybody have a great Friday, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care.